Damn. This is some cosplay. Hey guys, back for another episode of Broken Cosplay. Once again, I am Chris, and today I am joined by, you might have seen our review of the Edmonton Expo, but once again, my good friend, you introduce yourself.
Jesse Dunlop.
Jesse Dunlop. Jesse is, you know, to be honest, your cosplays make me super jealous because you do them very good.
Well, thank you.
I'll plug you early here. Check out Jesse on Facebook, Jesse Dunlop. You'll see all his pictures. He does nothing but good work. But as you can tell, he's really brought some his A game here, and I'm excited to kind of go over this. So as I've kind of already run through with you, very straightforward, you know, just kind of, you know, how you got into cosplay, and then you get a chance to kind of show off your stuff and, you know, help out some of the new people trying to jump in who just can't do it. They're running into a wall and they just can't get through it. So, yeah, very, like, most basic question. First things first, like, what got you into cosplay?
The Regina Fan Expo.
Really?
It's something I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. And
when we had the expo coming to Regina, it's like, I'm going to this. I can't go without a costume.
Yeah.
I can't go without a cosplay, and then that's where he came from.
I remember too. Yeah, it was the first time I met you. There was doing the Deathstroke, and dude, you rocked it.
Awesome.
It was really, really well done. And I guess since then, you know, you've been kind of getting a bit more. Was there any like early signs that you were into cosplay? Like, were you like a big Halloween guy? Did you go out?
You know what? Since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, Halloween's always been a big thing at my place. We'd always do up the yard and whatnot for Halloween, so like that, the yard will be done up as a cemetery again this year.
Oh, do you do that? Do you hide and then scare kids?
I have been. I've been a scarecrow. I've sat there with the bowl in my head, on my lap with a pumpkin on my head, waiting for people to grab it. I've done my jester where everybody thinks I'm a statue, and I come up behind them. The last couple of years I've been my zombie. He roams the graveyard and hands out candy to the kids and whatnot. So, you know, a lot of kids, I don't want to go up, I'm scared. And I reach into the bowl, grab the candy. And so, I mean, Halloween's always been a huge thing around my neighborhood, and especially at my house. I actually bought my parents' old place. Yeah. So when we moved in, the neighbors are like, so there won't be any more Halloween around the house? It's like, who do you think set this up every year? So I mean, it's definitely something I've been into for a really long time. I'm glad to have a bunch of people to share that with now.
Yeah, definitely. And like, how has been your experiences with the cosplay community so far? Like,
it's been awesome. I mean, working with the Costume League has been something just phenomenal, because I get to go out there and I get to dress up, and there's other people like me. People aren't just looking at me saying, why is this guy dressed up and just hanging around this parking lot? I mean, there's a bunch of us, so. Yeah,
exactly. It's always good to have a good group.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you've just, your friends list is probably expanded.
Oh, my friends list has exploded on Facebook, and it's really cool because I have a lot of people to bounce ideas off of. Yeah. They're like, hey, you know, you should try this or you should try that. I actually had one guy tell me that you should do a Batman the way you did your Deathstroke. Oh, yeah. So okay. I'm kind of in the process. I want to do the Nightfall Batman.
Nice. Like the Jean-Luc, like the Azazel one?
Yes.
Nice!
I'm kind of looking at that one. I'm working on gathering parts. I actually, just before I came over here, I stopped at somebody's place to grab a few leg guards and whatnot. So
that one is 90s-tastic. I love that one.
So, I mean, it's something that I definitely want to do, and I want people to be able to look at that and be like, yeah, that's Batman. That kicks ass.
Oh, man. I'm excited now. I want to see you do that.
It's definitely going to be a work in progress. I mean, I started in May. I've got these two, so for right now, I've definitely got something to switch back and forth to right now. And so Batman, I'm going to definitely take my time on that Batman.
And I like that you stick with cosplays that are just perfect for warm days.
Absolutely,
just the best.
This one is definitely a fall and winter cosplay. It's pretty warm. This one's not too bad. It allows me to breathe a lot.
Right.
And if I do get too hot, I can usually get outdoors and the wind will blow through it. That one,
are you going to be bringing this one out for the winter?
For the Santa Claus Day Parade?
The Santa Claus Day.
Yes, Ghost Rider's going to be over Santa Claus Day Parade. I mean, I can actually wear a couple layers underneath
leather,
it as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess leather too should be pretty warm there.
So yeah, absolutely.
But no, that's great. And of course too, I mean, as you said, you know, you got the two so far and you're working on some more, but your first big one was Deathstroke.
Absolutely.
Was there like just a certain love for the character, or just...
you know what? I'm a big fan of Arrow.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
when Deathstroke came into Arrow, I fell in love with the character. I wasn't really a fan of the Teen Titan comics and whatnot.
Well, and even the show, they kind of changed Death, like they call him Slade, and he's not really Deathstroke in that one.
So I mean, I saw the character, and the mask is what I love the coloring. That's what I fell in love with that mask. And so I kind of built my own one-off of Deathstroke. I mean, you're not going to see him in any comic. You're not going to see him on a television show. He's a one-off of my own.
Yeah, and you totally made your own. Like, people know you as the Deathstroke
Absolutely.
here, which is great. and that's good to hear. And then I guess just Ghost Rider too. Just always been kind of a fan.
I've always liked the Ghost Rider. My daughter is constantly watching the Ghost Rider movies, and I was looking for another
Nick
costume.
Cage.
I was looking for another costume, and Ghost Rider. I can get a Ghost Rider finished up fairly quickly, and unfortunately it didn't go as easy as I had planned with these flames. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. Oh, and if you need help too doing a Nick Cage for the Ghost Rider, I can help you.
Awesome.
Ghost Rider, yeah, rocket. But no, so yeah, you've gotten to meet a lot of people. You've gotten really, and like I said, man, I mean, your cosplays have been impressive for considering like how early you jumped into it. As far as just kind of like future projects you've already shared with me you want to do as Azazel Batman, is there like a dream project for you that you haven't really started using yet, or one you're just like, how would I do that? I don't even know how to do that.
You know, RoboCop was something I'd always wanted to do, but Mysterio kind of, he did that one, so I want to lean away from it now.
Yeah, it's always a problem when there's someone you want to do and someone's already,
Exactly. You know, I want to try and get away from the characters that not everybody's doing.
Yeah, trust me, doing a Joker is starting to get a little like... the
well,
amount of times I get mistaken for Kid Remington is just getting ridiculous.
I mean, I get mistaken for Deadpool so often wearing him, which is...
I'm not helping that, though.
So funny, because they're completely different colors, but I mean, you look at the Deadpools. I mean, Deadpool, I'd love to do Deadpool. I have that kind of attitude. I'm a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah. That's what
but there's so many out there. I see pictures of 20, 30 Deadpools at a con, and I mean that it kind of overruns. It's like the ant.
I feel like Deadpool. I mean, do Deadpool, but I mean, I do get it. You want to put your own stamp on things.
Exactly.
Which, no, trust me, you're preaching to the choir, my friend.
So yeah, that Batman is definitely, you know, I haven't seen anybody do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure more people are going to be leaning towards the Arkham Knight now. As opposed to him, so it should be something that's not out there a lot.
Like even Sebastian kind of posted a photo on Facebook today. Someone's already like selling the armor you can do from
the Arkham
Knight. So, which thank God that game is coming out next year because I didn't want to have to buy a new console this year.
I'm saving for mine too. So.
Which one are you gonna get? I'm thinking PS4.
No, I'm a Microsoft guy. I like my Xbox.
I really have no, like, to me they're the same console. It's just all about the exclusives. And as soon as they announced Silent Hills for PS4, I'm like, done. I want to play my Silent Hills.
Yeah. No, I lean more towards my Xbox.
So that's our review of the Xbox and the PS4. But no, that's really good to hear. And I mean, I guess as far as just advice for people who haven't really taken the plunge or are kind of on the fence for cosplay, like do you have any advice as to what got you like just do it or
just do it?
Yeah.
I had a general idea of what I wanted. Mm-hmm. The internet is an invaluable source of information.
Oh yeah.
There's so much out there. I mean, this helmet, I'll get into it a little bit later about how it was built, but the internet definitely helped me out a lot, especially with those.
Oh yeah. And they turned out great.
Thank you.
They're like, just damn man, you're so good at cosplay. But as you were saying, yeah, we'll get to it. Well, thanks for going over some silly questions here. I know they're silly, but we like to kind of see how everyone kind of got into it. And now I will go behind the camera and we'll get a zoom in and kind of check out some of Jesse's work here. So,
cool.
Editing magic. And now we're back with the Jesse Show. Jesse.
Okay, so they want me to tell you a little bit about my cosplay. Now, I want to start with Deathstroke because he is by far my favorite character that I've done so far. My helmet here, my original helmet, this is just an Iron Man mask.
Oh yeah.
This is an Iron Man mask, and I have a little kitty helmet that I have cut and riveted onto that Iron Man mask. My first one, was just the mask itself with the Velcro. I duct taped up the mouth, and I cut out my slots and painted over it. Unfortunately, paint doesn't hold well to duct tape, and it fell apart shortly after the con, so I had to make a new one. I wear glasses. I mean, I know there's lots of people out there. It's like, oh, but I wear glasses. I don't want to do cosplays. It's masks. Masks are your friends. If you're shy, you wear a mask. But this mask actually has these nice little rubber pieces in it, and it fits nice around my glasses, and it doesn't push into my face or anything, and it allows me to still be able to see because I don't do contacts.
And it's not a very heavy mask too, which is an added benefit.
It's not heavy. This may be 2 pounds tops. The sunglass lens and just some meshing from like a mesh garbage can.
Okay.
I painted it white, hot glued it in there. Same with the mouth down here. Painted it black, hot glued it in there. It all holds together nicely.
Nice.
It slips on and off. Yeah. Really good. Now you see the sides are open. I always have a balaclava on for Deathstroke and as well as Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider's mouth is open, so it hides my face underneath there. Due to some new con regulations,
restrictions,
I decided to go with a foam sword. I had a nice, I think it's a kendo sword.
You did, yeah.
It looks awesome. It's made of wood, but they wouldn't let me in, so this thing is nice and squishy.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to hurt anybody with it. So I mean, if you're thinking foam, oh, it's not going to look good. It looks good.
How much that one? Did you get that one online? Or?
No, actually, I bought this at Spirit of Halloween for $15.
Oh.
So I mean, painted up the hilt. It's actually the Michonne dead sword.
Gotcha.
So I just painted up the hilt again and put my orange inside it to give it my own little thing there.
And that's another invaluable thing, yeah. For like anytime Halloween comes around, just ransack the stores,
Absolutely.
Get everything you can.
Get everything you can, because you don't know what you're going to want to do. I could not find plastic chains for this gentleman when I started him, and I actually went with the metal chains. And when we were in Saskatoon, unfortunately, his chains were not allowed in. So he just kind of sat in the back on his mannequin, quietly waiting his time for the costume contest. Deathstroke's his armor. I just brought his chest plate and shoulder pads in right now. It's motocross.
Okay.
It's motocross armor. Again, the internet, an invaluable source. I found a guy on there who was selling 2 sets of these for $25.
Holy cow!
I mean, to find some, I'd been looking for over a year to find this. I was originally going to do an Iron Man. And then I saw some of the Iron Man out there, and I was just like, whoa, I don't have time to do that. So I went with Deathstroke.
Very
book bag
nice. Strap.
If you're ever wanting the clips or straps, go to Value Village, go to the dollar store, buy book bags. You get lots of clips and straps that you can just cut off and restitch to something else. His pouches are just cell phone cases. So if you have a cell phone that size,
that's
you
perfect.
Carry your cell phone inside there. I carry all my my costume league cards inside here to hand out to get pictures sent back. The sheath is just a cardboard tube wrapped up inside electrical tape and zip tied to the back of his armor.
Nice.
It's the simple things. The simple things. It's the little things you want. Go cheap.
Exactly.
You might not think, oh, it's not going to look good. It's not going to be exactly the same. It doesn't matter. We like looking at your work.
Oh, exactly. As long as the finished product is, because even just a quick side note, like even Jan with his new cosplay that he's going to bust out at C4, which wait till you see it, man, it's awesome. But he even said, like, since it's his first one, every time he looks at it, all he can see is the imperfections, like what it looked like before the paint, what it looked like before everything.
You're your own biggest critic.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at this and there's so much stuff I could do. I took plastic epoxy.
Okay.
And I filled in all the grooves and whatnot in the head, and I had to cut this out and raise it up and heat it up and melt it and do this and do that. But I mean, I could have done a way better job. To me, this is not perfect. To other people, they look at it and it's like, that looks awesome. I had so many people coming up to me in Edmonton saying, wow, how did you make that mask? It looks amazing. And I mean, they see the character and the costume as a whole, and I see the imperfections. Yeah. You're going to see your imperfections regardless of how well you think you did. You're always going to see your own imperfections. Nobody else is going to care.
Story of almost every cosplayer's life.
Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider. I wanted to have a second costume.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I could change into and, you know, switch up.
Change it up a bit.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
didn't want to do Deathstroke all the time, so I wanted to get a different costume.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Rider's going to be easy to do. I can get a leather jacket, I can get a mask, throw some flames on there, it'll be simple. Wasn't simple.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to the flames last.
Yeah.
First we're going to do the gauntlet because this is the first thing I did.
Okay.
I basically measured my arm out in some craft foam,
Okay.
and I took an old office chair that I had, and I cut the leather off of it.
Okay, yeah.
And I stitched the craft foam into the leather,
Oh.
so that it gives it a little bit of stiffness, so that it makes it look more like
Actual metal there, yeah.
a gauntlet in there. These spikes are all a wooden dowel. I
Oh.
bought 3 wooden dowels and a pencil sharpener. And I painstakingly took that dowel and I'd sharpen it up and cut it off. And I'd sharpen it up and cut it off. And then I drilled a hole in the bottom, grabbed some finishing washers,
Oh, yeah.
and they are all just screwed on to
Nice.
these mock gauntlets.
And they look good. And of course, too, they'd be con appropriate, too. They're
Absolutely.
They're not metal. They're not
They're
going
not
to hurt
made of
anybody.
metal, so that, you know, there's no problem with that. The gloves are just a black driving glove. The spikes are done exactly the same.
Nice. Very nice.
The coat didn't cost me anything. I jumped on Facebook. I said, is there anybody out there that has a leather coat that they don't want anymore? The rattier, the better. My cousin popped up and said, hey, I've got a coat I've never worn. You want it? Yes, I want it. I took some large spiked beads that I bought at Michael's,
Yeah.
and I screwed them to the bottom of the coat
Oh,
with a
okay.
piece of a cutting board
Right.
to give them a little bit more stability. I have some shoulder pads that I want to put in here. That's the Velcro.
Just to kind of get it a bit,
to get
yeah.
it up a little bit more. The vinyl mask I bought online.
Because I was going to say, that's a really good mask. I haven't seen that in any of the
looks
stores.
really awesome. It actually suits the character a lot. I picked it up online. I think it cost me $50. So I mean, I didn't go for the cheap mask, but
No.
I didn't go for the full out mask.
The full, yeah, like
I-
FX $200.
Exactly. It's like, I don't have that kind of money. I had the extra money, so I figured, you know what? If I'm going to buy a mask, it's got to look good.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth was actually sealed when I bought it.
Okay.
So the only breathing areas you had are the eyes and these 2 little holes in the nose. So I had to open that up because you got too hot too fast.
Well, then with the balaclava, you can make them talk a bit, right?
Yeah, I did attach some Velcro into the chin area here, and I attached some Velcro to the balaclava
Ah,
so that
okay.
it sticks there. So if I open my mouth like that, it looks like the Ghost Rider can talk.
Nice.
And again, the balaclava, it keeps it dark in the mouth so you don't see my face. Now, this lovely little ornament here for his head. Actually, you know what? There's one falling off here, so I can actually pull it off and show you guys. This is a gel lighting filter. It's used for photography. You put over top of your lights to give your different hues and whatnot.
Those little sheets, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I bought them from a place on 13 Block Cornwall. I think it's on the corner of 13th and 7th Ave.
Okay.
He's got a plethora of colors there. There's so many different colors, it's ridiculous. Each one of these had to be cut into little triangles, rolled into a cone, and then heated to give this effect.
Okay.
And then they were hot glued to here, which is actually an old bicycle helmet.
Okay.
I pulled the shell off and took the foam, and it was about this thick when I first started with it. I took a heat gun to it, and I actually got it down to about that by melting it down, and it actually gives it a lot more, it's a lot more rigid, it's a little stiffer. Put some Velcro in there.
Nice.
The goal is to eventually put some LEDs in here.
I'll get it to light
To
up.
have it lit up. I have taken a flashlight and flashed it underneath, and it looks good with the light flickering.
Nice.
So I kind of want to be out in my yard on Halloween this year
With that.
with the Ghost Rider on, handing out candy.
And it looks like just dead on, man. Like, it works really good, especially when you're driving around on your Ghost Rider chopper.
I'm working on getting one of those bikes for myself. That was actually a custom build by my wife's uncle.
Okay.
So I am slowly convincing him to build me one. But yeah, the Ghost Rider definitely needs a motorcycle. So.
But nah, man, you rock it though. It's
you.
it's good. And to be honest, I don't see a lot of Ghost Riders at the cons. So
You know, I saw one Ghost Rider at Saskatoon.
Okay.
It was just a skull mask, a leather jacket,
Right.
and no flames.
Okay.
The flames really make the character.
They do, yeah.
And doing this, I went through every single medium out there before I did this. I had this thing covered in cellophane, and it did not look right. I stripped it all back down. I tried craft foam.
Yeah.
I tried construction paper. I tried cardboard. I tried paper. I tried feathers.
Feathers was my favorite.
I never thought it would, because it would have the wave and everything of a flame, but I got it half done and I looked at it and it looked like a 1930s cigarette girl.
Oh, jeez.
I could not stand it and I ripped it all off again. I tried so many different things to get that before I finally got to this. I can't remember who it was. Somebody on Facebook had seen a picture of a really big cosplayer down in the States, Belle Cher, I think her name is.
Okay.
She did a Miss Marvel.
All right.
And she's got
the energy hands.
The energy hands. And she said, well, why don't you try this? So I actually started messaging her on how she did this, and she told me exactly how she did it. And I mean, they came out great. They definitely work for him. They're not the same as hers. Hers, she did a headpiece, and
wow.
Okay. It blew me away. I looked at mine, I look at hers, and I look at mine. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't look as good. But you're always your own critic.
That's true. Yeah. You need to say, "Shut up, Jesse. Shut up." And once again, that's just how good the cosplay community is, because you just started Messenger, right? And she was more than happy.
Exactly. She was more than happy. It took her a little bit to get to me, but when she did, she was more than happy to give me information. I mean, the other cosplayers are your best source, because if you haven't done it, somebody out there's done it, and somebody knows somebody who's done it. So they're always there to help.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And like, just once again, after seeing your work here, I am so excited to see your Zazel Batman. I'm really pumped for that.
Now I don't want to disappoint.
Nah, well, you better not. You can't do these and then just be like, come out with a bunch of cardboard, like, yeah, Batman.
So yeah, no, definitely the Nightfall, the Azazel Batman is definitely, I think, going to be the next on the list. If not him, if I need something quick, it's going to be Pie Man.
Pie Man? Pie Man from The Simpsons?
The Simpsons, yeah.
Nice.
Pie Man, and I could dress up my little girl as a cupcake kid. And so if Azazel is not done for May, keep a lookout for Pie Man and the Cupcake Kid.
Jeez, I am. I'm going to now. But no, yeah, thanks a lot for coming on here, Jesse.
Thanks for having me.
You actually, this has been super informative. I had no idea, like, I didn't know what you did for the spikes on the gauntlets. I didn't know what you did for the shoulders. The only one I knew about was the head, because you'd been putting on Facebook, like, just how frustrated you were getting with
absolutely.
it.
You know, it actually got to the point where I didn't hot glue this on.
Oh, okay.
My sister came by and said, I'll hot glue them on for you.
Oh.
I said, you go right ahead. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to play Xbox. So, I mean, I started it, and I made this headpiece 5 different times.
Okay.
And stripped it all down. And when we got to this, I had made all the cones. I'd cut all the film. I had heat treated everything so that it looked like a flame.
Yeah.
And they were all in bowls sitting on my table, and they're, why aren't you doing it? It's like, because I'm frustrated with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get 3/4 of the way through it and not like the way it looks. So she was more than happy to come over and hot glue everything to the head for me.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to take a step back.
Absolutely. I mean, I've heard some people, they start 2 costumes at once, so that when they get completely frustrated on one, they can go work on the other one.
That's actually
and
not
not worry about what they're mad about on the other one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to film my experiences trying to build the Star-Lord mask using metal and foam. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you guys had a great time, hearing Jesse come by and definitely giving us some awesome tips, man. Thank you. Please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe. Leave a comment in the message area there, because obviously I know Jesse. If you have any particular questions, I'll be more than happy to get back and forth between you guys.
Send me a message through Facebook. Send me a message through your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. If you have a question and I can answer it, I will answer it for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
No worries.
And once again, thank you for watching another episode of Broken Cons. This is Chris from the Broken Sea. Stay classy, YouTube.
We'll be right back.